And Melanie, how was your weekend?
Good morning, everyone.
So mine was good. Mine was good. I decided to do my fast track training. So I've completed that. So that was quite good. I'm actually sorry that I didn't do it before, but yeah, it's just a lot of things got in the way, and I decided to actually just do it this weekend, and I'm glad I've done it. So it's brilliant, brilliant. I would encourage everybody that hasn't done it yet to actually just do it.
That's EXP training, hey?
Yes, yeah. I just
And
never got around to it. I was so busy with studying and my Issacola course and everything, because I started the course before I knew that EXP was also that, before I joined EXP. So I continued with my course, and then obviously I did my tests and everything like that, and my logbook and that. So I continued with that. And yeah, so managed to now I'm finally catching up.
And where do you find the fast track? Is it on? Because there's a few apps on Okta that are training apps. There's like
It's by Yaku Kriel. So Yaku is actually the one that actually sent me the message right in the beginning when I joined.
And then did you do it live with him, or was it pre-recorded?
No, it was recorded. So it was the pre-recorded one, and then you do like a test after every section. You actually do a test, which is quite nice because it actually makes you understand what the type of questions are, and if you get it wrong, you sort of also like realize, oh shit, but I didn't listen properly the first time round. But
Yeah.
it was actually very good. It's very good.
Because on Okta, I'll share my screen.
Steve,
Yeah.
it's on MindFlash.
MindFlash. Okay, that's what I was wanting to know. Yeah. Okay. Because there's another one. There's is that the same as Trackstar?
Yes, it's Trackstar. Yeah, the Trackstar one. Yeah.
Okay. But then what is EXP University? I should know the answer to all these questions. I know. I'm going to share my screen with you.
I think EXP University is the international, that's the global training.
Yeah.
So that's Okta.
Yeah.
And
So
you got the Trackstar MindFlash thing there, and then you got EXP University here.
So it's on the Trackstar.
Okay. So this is more local training, and this is more international training.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's very good. It's really, really very good. It's stuff, especially, I know a lot of people are asking about how to actually list things and that. It takes you through that as well. And it explains it in detail, which is brilliant. And that's actually what you need to do. And I'm like, why did I not do this before? I actually, yeah, I should have done it before. That's all I can say.
Okay. No, that's great feedback. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Melanie. So I see there's Fast Start 30, Icon Series 60, Expansion Series 90. Which is the one that you did?
So I did the Fast Start 30 days.
Okay.
So that's for every new, I would say for every new person that's joining EXP. It actually gives you quite a lot of detail, quite a lot of information. And especially towards the end, I would say your 111, your 108, 111, 109 rep, part 1 and part 2. Those things are actually very important.
Yeah.
So it's very, very interesting.
Yeah, that's great. This is cool. So guys, I hope you've all seen this. This is on Trackstar, the Fast Start 30 days. And I'm assuming you've got to like finish this module before this one unlocks, and then you can move on.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. You can tell how often I look at this thing, eh?
Yeah, but Steve, hi, Cheryl here. When I joined, I know that I got an invitation link to Trackstar to start with my the first module and the second module, and so that was an invitation on joining EXP that you had to do this.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I had to do it, but I never did. Because so I know that I had to do it, but I never got there. Yeah.
Hi, Steve. Yeah, Jaco Kriel would have sent everybody a link to that.
Okay, cool. If you like Melanie and never got around to it, maybe it's something you want to look at.
Yeah, I think, Steve, the majority of us on this group, I would imagine, and I'd be so bold as to say that many of us haven't done those courses, because technically we were spoiled in the beginning with all of your videos. And so when we saw that, and I'm just speaking from my point of view, when we saw that EXP South Africa were putting videos out, we kind of just assumed that they would not be in the same category as your training. So we kind of just bypassed it and went with your stuff, you know. So yeah, I think we all need to go and learn a bit more from their videos.
So Lindsay, would you recommend, if I can find my mouse, so on our EXP resources page, which I'm going to show you now, you scroll down to the bottom of it, there's real estate training resources. So yeah, there I've got the Fred Wilson series. Then I've got my lead gen blueprint webinar with PropCon, which is like a single session. Spotlight, a bit more fleshed out. Then I've got the Successful Real Estate Agent and the Going Virtual. Those are my 2 paid courses, originally the ones that I give to you guys. Yeah. Working by referral, and then the virtual stuff. Should I add a link here to the Fast Start? I mean, is it worth adding it here, do you think?
I would imagine so, yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Because this actually applies explicitly to rep and how to work on rep. And especially if you are new, you don't actually know where to find all the things. And when you've got to do a listing, it just makes it so much easier to know where to get it and where to get access to it. If you forget because you don't sell fast enough, or you don't sell every week or list every week, you've got something that you can go back on and refer to again. So it's actually quite good.
Okay, cool. I'll do that. I'll do that later today, guys. No probs. Well, good conversation. Thank you. Welcome to all of you. Just making a note.
Steve, can I just add to that Trackstar?
Yeah.
If you do the Trackstar training, your upline will be able to see what trainings you've done.
Okay. Okay, so that's quite a nice way. If you have got a team of your own to hold everyone accountable, you can kind of set a goal that everyone completes it by such and such a time, and then you can actually see. I don't want to go into my EXP now. Right, so yes, welcome guys. Reminder of our mission. Melanie, seeing as you've got the floor, why don't you read our mission and make whatever comment you want on it?
Okay, our mission is to build a growing collaborative family of agents around the country who support each other to run strong, ethical, profitable businesses in which everyone caps and increases their personal income. Many will also become financially free through the EXP Revenue Share Program and Stock Awards. In this way, as a group, we will bring positive, disruptive change to the real estate industry in South Africa. And I must definitely say, I feel part of this family. It's an amazing family to be part of, and very welcoming, and I can't wait to go.
I can't wait for that moment as well, Melanie. Well done, thank you. Then welcome to new agents. So anybody here for the first time as an EXP agent or a guest, maybe you're not even an EXP agent and you've just been invited here as a guest, you're obviously welcome to sit on the sidelines and keep your camera and your microphone off, which drives me crazy. I like cameras on for the meetings, guys. But if you're wanting to just hide away, that's fine. But if you'd like to say, how's it, why don't you stick up a hand, and then I will call on you, and then you can just say, how's it to everyone. So hands up. The first was Taryn Abrahams.
Good morning, everybody. I'm not sure if you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, great. I'm actually a Schumann now, so you're seeing my maiden surname. I've yet to join EXP, but I'm super excited. I was in real estate in about 2019, and then I kind of segued into conveyancing, and I actually just passed my conveyancing exam. I found out on Friday, so yeah. So I'm excited to be in real estate or get back into real estate and learn the tricks of the trade from industry professionals. Yeah, but once I've officially joined, yeah, I'll let everybody know, or somebody will let everybody know, and hopefully I'll be able to collaborate with agents in Joburg because I'm situated in Joburg.
Right.
And hopefully I'll be successful in the industry. So thank you so much for having me here this morning.
Great, Taryn. You're very welcome. When you are onboarded, who's your sponsor going to be?
My dad, Fadi.
Ferdy. Oh, of course. You're Ferdy's daughter.
Oh,
Yes, I'm.
Where's the proud papa? Come on, Dad. Where are you? Is he here? I'm sure
I
I'll
hope so.
see you.
Hey, morning. Yes, I'm here.
There you
Stephen.
are.
Good. You've met Taryn, I think, at the last.
I have met her just before she left Cape Town. In fact, I met her.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So Terence decided to jump back into real estate as part of the EXP family. I'm so super excited for her to join. And yeah, good to have you on board, Taryn. I'm excited for you.
Well,
All in the family, Ferdy.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep the money where it matters, Brian.
Yeah, we're excited. Ferdy also met Taryn on last week with Andrew's Roadshow. So lots of us would have met her then as well.
Super, guys. Welcome, Taryn. Hope you're very happy. We've got a great community in Joburg. Just attend, plug into the small group. So when you're onboarded, your dad will show you where to find the small group. We've got a page with all of the small groups on it. And there's a great bunch of agents in Joburg. Dave Epsel. Dave, can you get your mic unmuted? You're trying.
Sorry, I'm trying. There you go.
There we go.
Hi, morning all. I've been introduced to this by Alison Fuller. I'm almost a full status agent. I've just got the PDE to write now, which I'm hoping to do on the 20th of June. And yeah, I'm very excited about what I've been learning and researching about EXP. So hopefully soon I'll be able to be joining. So thank you very much.
Cool, Dave. Good to have you. Luke Stead.
Hi all. Yes, I'm based in Joburg. Had a couple of years stint at property.coza. I've been looking at EXP for a while, and I end of last year thought the grass would be greener and a specialist commercial brokerage. But yeah, that wasn't the best fit and a number. So yeah, I've finally taken the plunge. And yeah, looking forward to my time with the EXP family. One of my main passions is people, property, and very much urban regeneration wherever possible. So.
Welcome, Luke. I'm an ex-property coza guy as well, also commercial. So we must network sometime, Luke. Brian in Cape Town.
Yes, I met you briefly in Cape Town, but
why did I not tell you about EXP? All right, cheers, buddy. Have a good one. Good journey.
Thanks.
Welcome, Luke. When Luke says he's been looking at EXP for a little while, that is like the understatement of the century. It's taken me about 2.5 years to sponsor Luke, but you were on your journey, Luke, and I'm glad you tried out whatever it was that was on your heart, and I'm very pleased to welcome you to our family. So good to have you. Plug into the community. I know you probably have already, but meet guys like Colin Berger and Brad and Glenn Bradfield and Neil Robinson. There's a really good community of guys up there in Joburg who are doing some great stuff. So yeah, plug in with them. Isabella, is it Pringle or Pingle? Isabella, can you unmute your mic and put your camera? All right, next, books. Is it books or bucks, Carsten? Right, Bucks, I'm afraid you're out as well. Sampras Makutu.
Hello there, how are you?
Yes, good, thank you, Sampras. Well done.
I'm good. I'm just glad to be in this meeting, guys. So I've been introduced to EXP through Ferry Abrams. He's my sponsor, amazing guy. I really appreciate the effort that is put into like introducing me to EXP. We had our first meeting not so long ago, and it has been an amazing meeting, and I'm really keen to be part of EXP. Otherwise, I'm happy to be here, guys.
Great, Sampras. Very welcome, and I hope you're
Cheers.
Justin Nicklin. Right, Ben, you got to be quick, guys.
Yeah, my bad. I had to get permission.
Just in time.
Just in time, exactly. I'm so glad someone else had to say it and not me, because when I say it, people tend to think I'm very, very corny.
So where are you from, Justin?
I'm from Johannesburg. I'm actually here with Dave and Isabella. We've all kind of been introduced to EXP by Alison Fuller, and yeah, I've kind of known about EXP for quite some time. I've only been in real estate for 11, nearly 12 months now. Been very fortunate in this industry. In my first year as an intern, I've sold 7 properties, which is pretty awesome. Yeah. But yeah, I'm quite keen to be a part of this family. I think this the whole EXP model is something that just resonates very well with me. And yeah, I'm really keen. I plan on joining as of the 1st of June. So yeah, it should be quite a fun experience going forward. I mean, I'm quite a little bit of a tech guru in a way, and I think the whole model of EXP kind of just works with the way I think the sort of industry should be run.
Yeah, and if you're a man who likes independence and freedom, and you're able to stand on your own 2 feet and motivate yourself, and you've got discipline, there's no model like this in the world for real estate.
100%, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome, Justin. I hope you're very happy and very successful here, man.
Thanks very much. Appreciate it.
And then the next one on the list is just Johnson. I'm assuming that's your surname, Mr. or Mrs. Johnson.
Steve.
Yeah.
Hi, Steve. It's I think Jay. Are you on the call? It's Johnson Varanga of Core Realty.
Okay.
And Jay's actually got 2 brands. It's Johnson King Properties and Core Realty, and he's bringing them over to EXP together with his team. He came to the road show last week and loved it. And he's already getting onboarding. So
Right.
It's been fantastic. He's a principal and a very, very successful agent. And we met through just doing a joint sale together. He brought me a buyer, and we've just stayed connected. And he loves what EXP has to offer. Jay, are you there? His hand is up.
Yeah, he might have issues with his microphone.
Yeah, and then I just wanted to say welcome again to Bruce van Zedem, who was here 2 weeks ago and is now getting going. He's already working on his first mandate. So, I just wish I could always share my experience of this transition from my old 52-year-old trusted property brand onto EXP, and how I feel and what an amazing life-changing experience it is. It's hard. We try and tell our ex-colleagues about this, and they're very unhappy. But it's just getting them over that hump.
Yeah, and I think, Colin, there is, and most of you will relate to this. There is there's a bit of scary. It's a bit scary, the transition. You're leaving mandates behind. You're leaving relationships behind. You're joining this business, which is pretty new in South Africa. It's new 2.5 years. It is scary, and I don't take that lightly. I mean, I'm talking to people about moving all the time, and I try to be cognizant of that. That the truth is that it is a scary transition. that's why stories like yours are so important, because that's what gives a lot of people the courage to actually make the transition, is when someone like Colin Berger, who is a very successful agent, says, you know what, my business actually just didn't skip a beat. It just continued to succeed, and I'm happy, and I love the environment, and the tech is great, and the relationships are great. Yeah.
And I think the most important thing is a change in mindset, you know, from not being 100% content with life to being 110% content with life.
Yeah. So good to hear. So good to hear, Colin. Thank you. And yeah, Jay, I think you may have got your mic on there, Jay. Do you want to say something?
Hi, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
I'm very happy to be part of this amazing group, guys. I don't have any fear of leaving my company, joining this, because it's exactly what I think real estate should be operated. And Colin Becker is the person who really convinced me to be part of the group, and he's an amazing guy. We had this conversation when we recently closed one of the deal, and he was like, dude, do you know that we can close more deals in such an environment where you can communicate with different agents on a platform, different areas at the same time? Then I was so keen to join, and it didn't take me even a minute. I'm very happy to be here.
Well done, Jay. Look forward to welcoming you officially to the team when you're on board, and I think you're bringing in a team with you, so we can't wait to have all of you. Thank you, Jay. Well done.
Yeah, welcome, Jay.
Isabella, have you managed to get your mic going? 3, 2, 1, you're gone. Okay, Javi, you're next.
Thank you, Steve. Yeah, I just want to say welcome to everybody, and just say, please, guys, use the technology that you have, and also start taking part in the things that happens in the EXP world. You don't have to miss anything that's in the EXP world. You can go in from your phone, download EXP World Intercom, and you can access any training that's there. Don't miss out on that opportunity. We don't spend enough time in the EXP world, and we don't utilize those trainings that's available there from the best in the world. So please lock into those trainings. Please make sure that you know what's going on there, and also utilize our EXP offices, South African offices, as your offices. Go into the EXP world. If you've got problems with anything, don't even hesitate to go and talk to any of your of our transaction specialists there. They are just waiting for you to come in and to assist you there. So please make use of it. Thanks.
Thank you, Javi. And then I think Jared, it's your hand up.
Yes, how's it? First family meeting, super excited.
Welcome. Yeah, Jared came down to the Build conference in Cape Town literally a couple of days after he'd seen the model. So yeah, welcome, Jared.
Yeah, thank you. I'm up in Hartbeespoort. I'm pretty close to Joburg, Pretoria as well, so I'm looking forward to collaborating and going to a lot of those team meetings and chatting to those guys. And it's cool to see so many new people. We've all got similar anniversary dates, so we like twins. We're all on the same path here.
Cool. How was the Joburg Roadshow? I know you were there, Jared. Maybe you can start, and if there's other feedback, you guys are welcome to give it.
Yeah, it was great. I wasn't sure exactly what it was. Having gone, I definitely want to bring some people with next time, because it's an awesome opportunity to bring guests to the roadshow. And then, just seeing exactly the stats, what EXP is doing all around the world, and the new innovative things that are happening, and the records that are breaking. And it was encouraging, very inspiring.
Anybody else want to say anything about the Joburg Roadshow, how it was? Or Solly, you're welcome to talk. Your hand is up, eh?
Morning, everyone. Thank you, Steve.
Morning, Solly.
Yeah, it's been a while. I've been here for a while. I only started joining last week as an official XP agent. Yeah, it's great to be here. Thank you, guys.
Great, Solly. You're very welcome. Glad you're joining us. Colin, did you want to chat about the roadshow?
Yeah, hi Steve. I just wanted to say it was just an amazing experience to see, you know, all these prospective recruits, but especially to see the support from our local Joburg and Santon agents, and there was a lot of guys that travelled from across the country to be there. I mean, I didn't meet all the guys from the Cape or wherever, but Ferdy was there, and that was amazing. Thanks, Ferdy, for making the effort to come up. It was so good to see you up here and support us.
Elmarie. Come on, Elmarie, microphone.
That's I'm sorry. Yes, I just want to say that roadshow in Joburg was awesome. I went there from Pretoria and it was a full house, and I had two new agents there who also was very impressed with the roadshow. And then I just want to say welcome to Suzette Miller and Monica Pence. They're both thinking of joining. Monica's also with Property Kosa, and she's also looking at EXP. She's working on her, and she loves everything that we're doing. And Suzette is from Cape Town, and she's a new agent, and she's going to join next month. Welcome to the meeting.
Excellent. Welcome, Suzette, Monica. I did actually see Monica. I saw your picture popped up a little bit earlier, and I think Monica's currently doing the social media marketing training with Neil Robinson and me. So that's great, Monica. Nice to see that you're going to be joining us as an EXP family. Brad.
Morning, guys. Just wanted to say the roadshow was fantastic. We had over 200 people in the room. And I think back to a year and a half ago before I joined EXP, when I attended the same event in the same venue, and the audience was probably less than half the size. Just amazing to see how this movement is growing. And what was fantastic was to be able to put guys like Johnstone in front of Ferdy Abrams, and to be able for him to chat to Ferdy and get it from the horse's mouth, so to speak. So the road shows are just a wonderful opportunity to expose our model to prospective agents. I personally had about 10 guys there. I've been having follow-up meetings with a lot of them, and hoping that a number of them will join soon. So guys, really use those roadshows as opportunities for building your teams.
Very, very well said, Brad. Anytime there's an event that either I do or EXP South Africa do as a company, move heaven and earth to be there yourself. There's no excuse to miss the live events, particularly if they're in your geographic area, and take guests with you. Use them as an opportunity to expose the company to others. Brian.
Yeah, I just wanted to thank Brad and Ferdy. I wasn't there. I couldn't fly down, and I had about 5 guests there, and Brad, although he was presenting, was keen to look after the guests, and Ferdy as well. So, and then Andrew also did the same. So, it's all about collaborative teamwork. I didn't have to be there, but definitely it's a good idea to make the time and the money to fly wherever there's an event, if you're serious about team building.
Thanks, Brian. Okay, let's move into kudos and thank you. So I did want to say thank you to Brad for the role that he played at that event, making it a success. I want to say thank you to Neil Robinson. Neil's put so much effort into this social media marketing program that we're busy doing together. The second of the 3 webinars is tomorrow. We've done a bunch of small group little coaching sessions between last week and this week. So we gathered sort of 4 or 5 agents at a time and kind of masterminded, and everybody got to talk, and we got to look at some of their social media profiles. So Neil's put a whole lot of work into this over the last few days or the last week, and it's been tremendously powerful. I can't wait for the next 2 weeks. So well done to you, Neil. Just some kudos to you. And then Andre Foster, I just wanted to say thank you to him. He helped me recently with a question that I had on an issue. I was sent a question by someone overseas and I couldn't answer it. So Andre, thank you for being willing to give me the insight on that. It was how flow marketing works and all of that. So Andre, thanks, man. Yeah, over to you guys. So kudos and thank yous, guys. Liesel, your hand is up.
Hi, yes, I would just like to actually welcome my girl that I recruited. I see that she had a hand up, Karina from PropNet.
Okay, how's it, Karina? Welcome.
Hi, everybody. I'm new. I'm Karina, and yeah, I'm very excited to be here. Thank you, Liesel.
Great, Karina. Nice to have you. Welcome. Welcome to the family.
Thank you.
All right, kudos and thank yous is what I'm after now, guys. And then I want to hand over to Tanya if she can get her computer working. Was there a hand up there? Did it go down again?
Yes, it was mine, Steve. Sorry about that.
No problem, Nonhlanhla.
Yes. Good morning, everyone, and good morning. I have someone that I've invited who has joined us. It's Winnie. She's from Hazelmark. She's a person that I'm sponsoring. She's just joining us. There's one that had joined us on Wednesday. Unfortunately, she's struggling to join. So welcome, Winnie. And I'm hoping that she'll make up her mind and join the EXP family.
Welcome, Winnie. Come and join us. You won't regret it, I promise you. It's an amazing business and an amazing family culture that we've got. Kudos and thank yous. Who do you want to say thank you to or well done to? Come on, guys. There's got to be some.
Hi, good morning, everybody. I would just like to thank Elmarie Human for holding and for all the effort in getting my keyrings that I've ordered up in Gauteng all the way to the Bryanston event so that I can take hold of them securely. Thank you so much, Elmarie. Really appreciate all your effort. It was really grateful for you for doing that. And thank you to all the Joburg guys for making us so welcome in your neighborhood. It was awesome meeting all of you guys. And thank you so much for opening your hearts to all of us when we were there. Thank you.
It's a pleasure, Ferdy. And while I'm on, I want to say thank you to my new assistant. She's sitting here next to me. She's been thrown into the deep end and she's helping me a lot. Thank you, Sonia, for your help.
Johnson. Okay.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Jay. Got you.
Okay. I had a question that I wanted clarity because I was on like on a mission of adding more agents on my company before I joined EXP. So I wanted to know that in case that I want to bring in candidates on EXP, what is the process of registration? I know how to do it as an individual, as a company, or as an entity on my side, but with EXP, I do not know how to do it.
Okay, Jay, what I'm going to ask is, I think Colin's actually already set up a meeting where it's just going to be the three of us on a call together.
Right.
And then let's leave that question until then, and I'll take you through the whole process, no problem.
Appreciate. Thank you.
Okay, Jay, I look forward to getting into that conversation with you.
All right.
Okay, Alette.
Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to say thank you to all the Cape Town agents. I mean, we've been here for almost 2 months, and it was such a pleasure to meet all the agents in Cape Town and spend time with them, getting to know them better. We really felt welcome. Thank you for that.
Where are you now?
We're still in Kales River, but next week we're moving on.
And where are you going?
Citrusdal.
Okay. Cool. I can just see Paul smirking in the corner there. Looking forward to changing again. Oh, geez, my computer just fell off. Okay, sorry guys. I got some problems here. Right, unless there's another hand up, I am now going to hand over to Tanya Mancini. I'm going to unshare my screen so that she can share hers. So, Tanya, can you put your camera and mic on?
Hi, Steve. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. There you
Hi,
are.
everybody.
Welcome. So let me introduce you, and then I'll hand it over to you. So Tanya is the representative who looks after us with Currency Partners. So she will tell you more about what Currency Partners do it is one of the service providers that I've negotiated with in order to give you an opportunity to have other streams of income. I know Alette, as I'm looking at you now, Alette, I know you've used Currency Partners and you've made some nice money on the side with that. So to me, it's exciting. One of the keys for success in financially free in life is to establish multiple streams of income. So Tanya, thank you for your partnership with us, and take it away. You're going to tell us a little bit more about what you guys do.
Thank you, Steve. I'm trying to share my screen, the tab that I want. Doesn't seem that I'm getting there. So just let me know if you see my screen come up now. Let's see. No, it's not giving me the ability to share. So I'm going to talk you through the okay. And I work for a business by the name of Currency Partners. Our business started in 2013, and currently we are South Africa's largest private foreign exchange office. We have offices in Cape Town, Johannesburg, Durban, Garden Route, as well as the UK. And we have a partnership with estate agents, financial advisors, attorneys, and asset managers. So I wanted to share some information with you, and I'm seeing this more and more often around non-residents coming into South Africa and asking questions around what is the process of money, bringing money into South Africa, what are the SARB regulations pertaining to that, how clients benefit from using Currency Partners, and why estate agents partner with Currency Partners. So the first topic I want to have a talk about, which is quite important, especially now with the influx of non-residents coming in. So for those of you that don't know, currently there are no restrictions on the amount that non-residents can bring into South Africa for property purchases. The challenge is actually when they sell that property and they're trying to repatriate those funds back overseas. And that is why it's important to introduce your non-resident client to Currency Partners for when they purchase for the very first time in South Africa. So I take them through the process around how that flow works, what are the regulations pertaining to a non-resident, and what are the documentation that they are required to keep. So when they bring funds into South Africa on the initial purchase, they are required to keep the offer to purchase agreement. They need to provide the title deed confirming that the registration is in the non-resident's name, and they need to provide the SWIFT confirmation. Now, I'm quite sticky around the SWIFT confirmation, and they actually want to see that the funds arrived in a South African bank. And the reason for this is lots of third parties will bring money into South Africa, and the funds didn't actually initiate from the person actually purchasing the property. So on the SWIFT confirmation, we can see who was the sender, the receiver, what was the amount sent into South Africa, and when the transaction took place. So whenever you deal with a non-resident for the very first time, I ask you please to introduce the client to me. What happens in the instance when they don't have the required documents on when they sell the property as a non-resident? We then have to do an application to the Reserve Bank, which becomes quite frustrating for the client because they say, but the agent didn't tell me I need to keep the documents. The attorney never informed the client that they needed to keep documents. Sometimes there's a language barrier, and it becomes quite frustrating for a client who doesn't understand our regulations. I always get told, but it's my own money, why can't I take it out? The client then also, there's a cost involved for this Reserve Bank application, and we can only do the application once the property registers in the new owner's name. The application to the Reserve Bank takes about 4 to 6 weeks before we get a reply. So as mentioned, please introduce all your non-resident clients to Currency Partners when they purchase a property for the very first time, so that I can take them through this process so that when they do sell in the future, that they won't need to do an application. And clients are really appreciative when they get introduced to someone like myself who specializes around exchange control, and it's a better understanding, it gives comfort, and that your client knows they're actually getting value from you as an agent as well by thinking of them in terms of those regulations. So I wanted to chat to you about why clients benefit from using Currency Partners. So our fee is fully inclusive of all our services mentioned. Our process is 100% digital, And each client of ours gets their own Forex dealer. Now, from a property transaction, many times for an international transfer, there might be a requirement of 10% deposit payable within 10 working days and balance on date of registration. Now, what we're seeing in the market, especially in the last 2 weeks, the rand has obviously weakened quite a bit, and which has been quite beneficial for non-residents bringing funds into the country. Now, each client that gets their own Forex dealer will help them mitigate the risk, especially when they're bringing in large volumes to purchase a property. I mean, we all know our rand is volatile and anything can happen overnight. We can do rate alerts and market orders, so we can actually book rates in advance through our UK platform for up to 2 years, especially for those clients that are purchasing vacant land and planning to do development. It just helps them to structure in terms of locking in exchange rates so that they can budget accordingly. Partners International in the UK, making it easy and convenient. It's completely paperless. All they do is upload their passport and proof of address. No additional documents required besides the offer to purchase. We also assist with exchange control and SARB approvals when necessary. And then we also do specialist tax migration services. So tax migration has been coming up quite a bit. I've been getting quite a few inquiries from South Africans living abroad. And SARS now has access to 97 tax offices worldwide, getting inquiries from South Africans that are either receiving an income here, either through might have a living annuity. SARS is now requesting tax clearances for any South African moving funds offshore. So good to put them into contact with specialists like myself so I can guide them accordingly. Also, we offer rand settlement accounts and non-resident bank accounts in clients' names. We offer foreign currency account in up to 12 currencies. We have business consultants around the country to meet with clients when required. And we offer the better price promise, where we will guarantee to match or better any live comparative exchange rate that your client obtains. For those of you that don't know, as a South African, I can only send R1 million out of the country per calendar year. And that runs from the 1st of January till the 31st of December. Any amount over R1 million requires a tax clearance from SARS. So if you know of a South African packing up and leaving and have sold their property for the value of R3 million and they're looking to move those funds offshore, they will require a tax clearance certificate because the value is over R1 million. Now, we do those tax clearances complimentary for our clients. Our expert team is also multilingual and can assist in English, Afrikaans, French, and German. And then what we're also seeing quite often coming up now is estate late transactions where property is involved, where, for argument's sake, mom and dad passes away in South Africa and the kids are living abroad and they'd like to sell the property because it's too difficult for them to manage while being overseas. So let's look at why estate agents partner with currency partners. So we have a very favorable fee sharing agreement with EXP. I'm available 24/7 for you and your clients. We also keep you updated using multiple communication channels. So you can go and like our Facebook page and we put updates there on any regulations that we see pertaining to property changes, non-residents, any updates for South Africans looking to immigrate. We also have a Forex specialist available to provide you with guidance and information around exchange control rulings. So I've had agents call me, for instance, when a client is looking to take a loan offshore and wanting to bring those funds into South Africa. What is the process around that scenario? Even if a client is looking to purchase in the name of a company, there are certain regulations that are required to update from an exchange control side. We also give you advice and support, and then your client will be extremely happy to know that you've saved their money. So for those of you that don't know, clients will always say, no, I'd rather use my bank to transfer money for the property purchase. The banks make between 20 to 30,000 Rand on every R1 million transferred in or out of the country. So we do 1% on our exchange rates, and we effectively save a client about 50 to 70,000 Rand on a 5 million Rand deal. So that's quite a chunk of money that we effectively save your client. So how are you able to identify opportunities on how to do referrals to currency partners? So I'm just going to go through a few examples. A South African living abroad and selling property in South Africa. A South African selling a property and wanting to move abroad. A client that inherits property and is living abroad. A foreigner selling property in South Africa. A foreigner buying property in South Africa, or any South African wanting to move funds in or out the country. Quite recent, I actually had an agent whose mom was living in Australia, looking to immigrate back to South Africa. And I assisted this agent's mom, and she brought in $1 million Aussie back to South Africa. So, you know, he was very impressed. His mom was very, very happy with the exchange rate that we offered. So there's definitely value out of our service. And I'm also available to you on WhatsApp. For those of you that don't have my contact number, Stephen, will you share my contact details for the team?
Yeah.
Fantastic. Does anybody have any?
Yep.
Does anybody have any questions for me? You know, I'm here to support you. I'm here to guide you through the process. Whenever anything comes up around transfer of money in or out, is bringing in funds from overseas and taking a bond in South Africa, that portion we can bring into South Africa to assist your clients.
Great, thank you. Tanya, I just shared your contact card on our WhatsApp group, so everybody, you've got it. Christelle, did you have a question? I see your mic is on.
Yes. My son has been living in Russia since January 2015, and him and his fiance are starting to think about buying property in South Africa, but they've got nothing in South Africa. So I think that's maybe something that once Stephen has shared your number, I can then discuss with you, because I don't want to take up all the time. Yeah. Because I've been told it's impossible.
So, yes, I was just going to say that at this point in time, we actually have sanctions against Russia. So we're not able to assist if the client's funds are in a Russian bank.
Okay. Thank you.
No problem. You see, then those are the typical questions, because you don't want to be, and I've had agents calling me where they're dealing with Russian clients, and then they can't bring the money into South Africa. And they've spent all this time taking the clients around to view properties, spend endless communication. I mean, I recently assisted a client from the DRC, and this agent contacted me and said, Tanya, this client wants to bring in 35 million. He's put in an offer to purchase on 5 properties, you know, and I asked all the hard questions. I asked the finance. I asked source of funds. And as soon as we got to the point on the Forex side, the client disappeared. So, you know, this is why I'm there to assist you, so that you don't have these time wasters that come along and, you know, use up your time by taking them for viewings, communication back and forth. So yes, please reach out to me. I'm there to support you.
Colin.
Yeah, hi, Tanya. We spoke the other day. I'll be in touch and reach out to you. I have a foreign national from the Netherlands whose English isn't that great, but she does have a translator, and she's wanting to buy a property through me in Sandton in a managed hotel environment called The Capital on the Parks.
Wow. So I want to share some interesting news with you. And, you know, I sit on the opposite end in terms of positivity and flow of money coming into South Africa. And I've been in the industry for going 19 years. And I can tell you, we have never brought so much money into South Africa as we have done in the last year. I mean, we recently pulled a report for just Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. And between those 3 countries, they brought in almost R1 billion in the last 6 months. So really start thinking on where you should be marketing, you know, also to enable you to bring in those foreigners to purchase those investments. So I just want to share some info with you.
That's encouraging, Tanya. I mean, we kind
Yes.
of get the impression, if you follow the news, that everyone's leaving, everyone's taking their money overseas. It's great to hear how much money's coming into the country.
No, it's phenomenal. I mean, like I said, I've been in this industry going 19 years, and in the last year, we have had in and going out, especially now with the rate, the rand that's weakened quite a bit. And just to share as well that even when you introduce a client and they do a transaction with us for the first time, every time that client uses our platform, you get a fee share. So unbeknown to one agent recently, a client purchased a property for 5 million rand, and then he brought in an additional 15 million rand. And the agent got the incentive and he was like blown away. I said, your client keeps transferring money in.
Nice.
Yep.
Any other questions?
So thanks, everybody. I look forward to working with all of you. And please reach out if you have any.
Super. Okay, great. Thank you so much, Tanya. Appreciate your time. We appreciate our partnership with you.
Thank you, Steve.
Pleasure, Tanya. I've put Tanya's contact card on our EXP Leaders WhatsApp group. If for whatever reason you don't get that, you're welcome to reach out to me directly, and I will send you her details, and all the best with your communication with her. Okay, guys, I think that wraps it up for today. I won't keep you with anything else. Anybody else got anything they want to share before we close?
Steve, I was just thinking there was a PPRA meeting which I unfortunately couldn't attend, that would probably have lots of pearls of wisdom for the way forward, especially for rookies. So could we perhaps maybe next week or 2 weeks' time get somebody who attended it to give us the nuggets that they learned?
Okay, so if there is someone on here who was at that meeting who is willing to give us the feedback. I know, Ferdy, you were there and you put a nice little summary on the CPD point thing on our WhatsApp group. Thank you for that, by the way. But if you or anybody else is happy to give a little feedback session, but that'll take a little bit of preparation. So I don't want to just assume that they're happy to do that, Brian.
Yeah.
But let me know, and then we can do that. No problem.
Okay. Thanks, Steve.
Tumi, you've got your hand up.
Hi, Steve. Thanks, and everybody. Yes, I have a question to all the agents that are experienced, because I'm fairly inexperienced. I started working in the industry last year, and the situation I came across this past weekend was a little bit beyond me. I had never experienced anything like this, and I thought I really want to ask somebody who's got experience to weigh in and maybe give advice in terms of what should happen moving forward. So I was handing a house over to a buyer, and everything had been done. The seller had, communicated where they had left the keys, although they left the keys after the date that we had agreed on. They were supposed to move out on the 6th. They only communicated on the 8th that they left the keys at the gate, and they only communicated after the 8th that they had left the keys. So we only learned a week later that they had left the keys. So they didn't communicate that well. And on Saturday, we went there to hand over the keys. And when we arrived there, we were welcomed by a very filthy house. Like, it was just ransacked. You could just see that nothing was done to get the house ready for the new owner. And some of the things that were agreed upon during the sale period, like she had agreed that she will paint the walls, that she will fix a roof tile, things like that, were not done. Everything was just, left like that. And I had expected to walk into a perfect scenario, handing over a house and, just, have a photo moment and hand the keys and move away from that. But I was welcomed by this situation where I thought, oh my God, where do I even begin? Because we had communicated with the conveyancers earlier that week regarding the key situation being late, and you could just get the tone of the conveyancers that they were siding on the seller's side, because obviously they represent her and they already have a relationship with her. And I was just wondering, how do we move on from here? How do we begin to process the invoicing for cleaning the house and taking care of the rest of the stuff? I had never been through such a situation before.
Anybody want to answer that? Stick your hand up if you've got an answer. Ferdy.
Okay, to me, sorry to hear about that terrible ordeal of yours, but as an agent, I think one has to just realize we as agents have to take responsibility for our clients moving in and moving out situation. And I know a lot of people probably disagree with me, but when there are certain conditions on your offer to purchase, say for instance the house has to be painted inside and outside, the door has to be replaced, I as the agent I have to put some dates in there by when a certain aspect has to be seen to, and then I will go and check. And so that is something that one has to be proactive about on and follow up and check and make sure that you as the agent ensure that the seller know that you are checking up on these things and that milestones have been met. Otherwise, you just let the conveyancer know that the property isn't ready to transfer, and they hold back on the registration. That's it, because the conveyancer is not responsible at all, and it's something that we as agents have to really control and make sure that we hand over a good experience to our buyers, because it's a nightmare for a purchaser when they walk into a filthy place and you have to hand, it's now you've got to suddenly haul in a cleaning service to clean the property. It's coming out of your pocket. You've got to pay, and it's going to be difficult to maybe claw back that money that you are spending now. So yeah, in a nutshell, take responsibility right from the word go when there's mild or certain conditions that you check up and follow up and make sure that that is compliant with prior to. Because when you have to get the keys, you must either collect the keys from the seller and go through and do a walkthrough with the seller and point out X, Y, and Z was supposed to have been done. It hasn't been done. Can we then? And then you can possibly agree that the conveyancing attorney hold back some funds if the seller agrees to that. But ultimately, it is yours and the seller's responsibility then to make sure that the place is handed over in a good state.
Nice, Ferdy, thank you. That's the voice of experience speaking there. Jan. So Jan is our resident attorney.
Yeah, thanks. I will agree with that, Ferdy. I wanted to hear what senior agents would say here. I know some agents don't like to get involved and they throw it to the attorney, not really many, but you need that partnership with your conveyancer. You need to be having the relationship where you can say to the conveyancer, I went in early, it's looking like a tip, or actually worse than it's dirty, the contract hasn't been complied with. There's a step up where there's something wrong, something hasn't been fixed. Then you can get in early before registration. That's when there's still leverage in the transaction. The conveyancer can still exercise some muscle there, even though the conveyancer acts for the seller. I had a case like this, the conveyancer needs to be fair. He also acts a bit like a mediator and must also look to the interests of the purchaser to some degree, and needs to finalize that in a mediated way. If it comes to a court case, then the conveyancer has to jump one way and say, I act for the seller, get your own attorney. But before you get to that, the conveyancer must jump in and try to make the contract work. Okay, and there the information from the agent is so useful. So I really back what Ferdy says, that he owns it. Go in, see what the property is like, and deal with it in advance. Don't just wait until the day of handover. Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, Jan. Berdine.
Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much, Stephen. Yes, I've got experience in this. I had a very, very difficult transaction. So what I did, I made myself up a documentation that I went and visited the property, and then I made columns on it and to say, okay, I visited the property that specific day, and I said, okay, you did not do the certain things that you said you're going to do. Can you tell me when are you going to do that? And then, okay, today you said that. Please sign for me here. I will see you in that specific date that you said you're going to fix that. And on that specific date, I went back and I said, okay, it's not done yet. Can you please tell me what is the circumstances? And then they give me, and then I put the date in there. And all of that I sent to the attorneys. The attorneys follow it up, and the buyer put a little bit of pressure on it. Because it's on writing, I believe that the seller felt, okay, it's going to be a difficult thing not to do that. And so we put a little bit pressure on that, and it worked very, very well. It's just an idea that I want to give through.
Okay, super. Thank you. Johnny, was your hand up by mistake?
Yes, I wanted to say something that Tumi experienced. She really experienced it. She learned the hard way. Sometimes, you find that the very seller vandalize the house and they leave the keys as he did or she did. Then you have to be responsible, and only to find out the property is now registered to the buyer, and you as an agent, you do not know now what to do. In other words, now at the end of the day, for that little commission that you are going to get there, you have to get deeper to get the property maybe repaired and all that. Now, only to say that we are very sorry for Tumi, but she learned the hard way. In the near future, she must make sure that the property is, before registration, the property is in the condition that the seller promised that he or she will do. Yeah, that's all that I wanted to say. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Great, Johnny. Yeah, and you're saying the same thing that Ferdy said. Tumi, does that help you? Is that good advice?
Yes, that helps a lot, because I think through all the trainings that I've been through, that part was never, I had never been exposed to anywhere where it explains this process in terms of what my role as an agent is at that point. And I think the seller also was not forthcoming with the key situation, so she wasn't creating an environment where it's easy to just go and check on these things. And to be honest, I didn't even think that's something that I have to check on, because we already have that in the contract that all of that will be checked on. The conveyancers did come back and say, we'll get back to the contract. And I feel confident that, within the OTP and the property mandate forms that we did take that things should be in a particular way. So that is contractual, and I think she will still be liable to pay for what she, has left undone.
Yeah, you're gonna have to now follow it up afterwards and and climb into the mess of it. Guys, I'm gonna have to end our meeting there. Thanks to me. It's just past 9:30. So guys, thank you for a good meeting. Thank you again to Tanya from Currency Partners. Please reach out to Tanya if you have need of it. And otherwise, bless you. Have a wonderful 2 weeks, and we will see you next time. Cheers for now.
Thanks, Steve. Cheers, everyone. Have a great week.
Thanks, everybody. Have a good week. Bye.